The Meat Standards Australia grading system has now been in operation for over 10 years. Last year, 1.42 million cattle were MSA graded, accounting for approximately 40% of the domestic market's beef supply.
Well, really what's happening in the market at the moment is we've got all the major players have adopted MSA through the supply chain, and now we're at a stage where we have a major retailer coming on board, and they're going to be taking the trademark right through to the consumer, and so we're going to have a greater presence of MSA at the point of sale, and it's now a great time for us to link the final part of the supply chain and start educating consumers about MSA.
To help that process, a clear refresh symbol was required to take the guesswork out of buying and cooking quality Australian beef. The green and gold logo, branded with the word graded in the middle, leaves no doubt in the consumer's mind as to what it represents.
Well, I think really what the consumer needs to understand is really seeing MSA as a mark of quality, and when they see that mark of quality, they can be confident that it's going to meet their expectations.
With the refreshing of the logo, a consumer education program is in train, designed to inform consumers about what the new logo represents. Food media representatives were invited to do some sensory testing, pick up some handy cooking tips and get an overview of the MSA program at a recent event launching the new logo and the education campaign. With research consistently showing that consumers find it difficult to identify quality beef and match it to the best cooking method, this was about how MSA was going about solving that problem.
One of those things that people look for when they're buying beef is, to have a pleasurable experience, tenderness, easy cutting, that sort of thing. And with the grading system they got here, I think that is really going to help people when they, chuck that piece of steak on the barbecue or put that roast in the oven and then slice it up for the family.
Well, really the benefit of the MSA program is that it adds significant value right through the whole supply chain, right through to the consumer, particularly when we take the guesswork out of buying beef. They know what they're getting every time and they're prepared to pay more for it, and that extra money in the supply chain gets filtered right back to the producer.
Sam Gunn, an MSA accredited producer from Western New South Wales, thinks the timing of the refresh reflects where the industry has taken the MSA program.
The aim of the refresh is to engage the consumer this time. We've got over 1 million cattle being graded now annually. We've got a critical mass of cattle and producers online. We've got processors trained up. We've got retailers who understand it, the benefits of it, and now it's time to go out there and tell the consumer about it. This system was designed for them ultimately. It's taken 10 years to get the supply chain in place, and now the cattle are there, the numbers are right, and it's time for them to really see the benefits of what we've been doing. For the producer, to date it's been a premium. I think there's been a measurable premium in the marketplace for a product that grades MSA. It's also that satisfaction you get out of delivering a product that satisfies someone. It's putting a product out there that the consumer can eat and enjoy and do it consistently.
The key factors in MSA accreditation, such as handling, nutrition, growth muscle glycogen and breeding, are issues producers are generally across in any case.
MSA accreditation is not a great impost on the producer. There's a few processes there that have been identified as critical to ensure that animals grade properly, and it's not something you're not going to have to change your whole production system to comply.
The relaunch is not just about refreshing the logo. It represents a fundamental shift from MSA being a brand to now being a tool that underpins eating quality through the entire supply chain. The retail face of the campaign is Stephen Rosevar from Barry's Tender Meats in Carlingford, Sydney. Stephen's customers constantly want advice and reassurance. If they're spending good money on feeding the family, they want it to be a success.
Well, consistency is the key in an independent retail butcher shop. We have to rely on our customer base returning each week, so we have to ensure that each time that they come in and buy a particular cut of meat, that it is a good quality and that they're going to have the same good experience every time they buy that piece of meat. I think people are prepared to find out, and they want the information. They want to know that what they're buying is a good product and they're getting their value for money. And by having MSA, we're supplying that to the customers with a little bit of information from us and a bit of reassurance, explaining how to cook a product. They're embracing the MSA system. We're trying to explain to them that it's not a gimmick, it's not just an advertising promo, it is a scientific process, so that people can realise that we're not trying to fool them in any way. We're giving them a good quality product that we can rely on.
Although Stephen has always stocked MSA graded product, he's really ramped up the MSA in-store presence as the campaign starts to educate his customers.
Our customers are recognising the logo and they're seeing it on TV and understanding what it's all about. And by buying the product and just sampling it for themselves, they're becoming more aware of it, and they trust us in what we're supplying to them.
The MSA logo joins other well-known labels as a trusted indicator of quality. With key retail outlets, including Woolworths, now stocking MSA-accredited product, consumers will have a newfound confidence in the meat that they take home.